you know, it's that kind of manipulative side, and the side that like is like, well, you know what? I'll just take care of it because yet again you cannot do your job, and kind of like the harpy wife. And so I just kind of feel like that's where she came from, the more like sensual, manipulative side of Jekyll. And that's why it was chosen to be played by a woman.
I think in my Hyde, it was basically he was an egomaniac, and it's a consistency that runs through the characters. The character in Sanderson, he's a private investigator, has all the answers. The character in the inspector, who else has the answers? We typically go to these people for answers. We always go to a cop, what for answers? We go to a private investigator, what for answers? It's primarily, I think, is very egocentric type individual. My Hyde is the one that, you know, it's like he says in there, I know its whereabouts, when he's talking about the cane, I know its whereabouts will come to me, but not to you. You know, meaning I know it all, you know, which kind of fits in with my professions.
Sean? My Hyde is certainly the more bestial version of Hyde. As my character Utterson said, he's the one who knows neither care nor conscience. And he's going to say what he wants and do what he wants, and he doesn't care who's going to find out. And because he's going to blame somebody else, it's everybody else's fault. He's going to hurt everyone because of that. So all the caring and the concern. Utterson is an extremely concerning and caring person, and he's certainly, I think, written specifically the opposite of Utterson because the same actor portrays him. So. Well, Hyde 3, I call him Hyde Cubed. Hyde Cubed is more of the passionate side of Dr. Jekyll. Passion for his work, passion for, you know, in a love life or a relationship, and both of those come across in Hyde's relationship with Elizabeth and the role of Lanyon, also played by me, who's a psychologist, passionate at work. And it's interesting also to note that Lanyon is a psychologist and Hyde Cubed is the one that messes around with people's heads. He's coming out and messing with Jekyll a lot. So that is kind of that branch of it. Yes?
Oh, if you were done, I was just going to interject, like put in my 2 cents on the Hydes. Are you? Okay. Well, at one of the rehearsals, it was the 4 that were playing Hydes met with Denny to discuss their Hyde. And I had come back and I said, well, you know, when you guys are done with that, I'm curious to hear what you said. And Denny was like, no, I'd actually rather they not do that and rather you just kind of react to what you see. And kind of after that meeting is when you saw the different Hydes like in rehearsal. And I'm sitting here as Jekyll and I'm like, okay, you know, these are 4 different parts of me. And the way that I kind of put it into categories in my mind so that I could think about it is the 4 Hydes basically all represented the things that Jekyll wanted to be or do. The things that Jekyll didn't quite have or he was trying to suppress. Like the pool or the butler, the Hyde 4, as it says in the script, had the confidence that Jekyll didn't have. In the park scene where all the Hydes are out and I'm frozen there, you know, like in my drunken Hyde state, I say, I want to see you. And that's really what I want to say to Elizabeth. And Hyde can just say that to her. I never could, you know, and Jekyll says, well, I didn't know how to see you but not be seen. Again, I think it's written that way, that Hyde 4 could just have that confidence. I think Mike's, to me, was, it was kind of the ego. Jekyll was a smart guy. Like in the very opening scene when I'm out there, Lanyon's laughing at him because I don't think the question was rhetorical. And, you know, and I try to explain to Utterson, I've seen things that people don't comprehend. And I just want to so bad call people a bunch of idiots, but I can't do that. Jekyll can't do that, but Hyde can. Sean's was kind of just the control. You know, throughout this, Jekyll spins out of control ultimately in the end. And Hyde comes out and he tramples the girl and he's got guys holding him and they're saying this and he's just like, it's not a big deal. Come in here, I'll take care of it. You know, here's the check, get out of my face. And Jekyll doesn't have that control. And then Krystopher's Hyde was just the passionate side it was, whether it would be girls or, in a way, kind of like the immature part that we have, like where we don't want to care about consequence. You know, he goes to the brothel and he wants Elizabeth. and he gets a girl. Well, this isn't Elizabeth. I'm going to throw acid on her face. I'm going to write wrong one in her back because I came here